Good afternoon, and thank you so much for joining me for this WNCT Now digital news update. I'm Emily Severidge, live in our digital studio. President Trump is continuing his string of campaign rallies in battleground states, one day after his visit to Greenville. Today, the president will be in Florida and Georgia. He also appeared on a televised town visit hall last night in Miami. Before that, the president hosted a Make America Great Again rally at the Pitt Greenville Airport. Hundreds of people cheered him on as he praised his administration's response to the coronavirus and attacked Democratic opponent Joe Biden. President Trump even called out North Carolina's Democratic Governor Roy Cooper, saying it's time to reopen the state's economy.
We closed it down and now we're building it back up. And by the way, North Carolina, tell your governor, open up your state, open up your schools. You got to open this one up. I mean, the people want to get back. The kids want to be back in school.
We have some weather for your Friday heading into the weekend. First Alert meteorologist Jordan Jenna has that forecast for us.
Good morning. I'm First Alert meteorologist Jordan Jenna, and we do have a First Alert weather day in effect. There's an approaching strong cold front that's going to move throughout eastern North Carolina today, and it's going to bring us a little bit more stormy weather potential. We could have heavy rain and breezy conditions at times. It won't be a complete washout, but there are a few risks we need to pay attention to for today. So we do have a slight risk in terms of tornadoes, a little bit higher in hail. Our highest risk for today includes heavy rain and high winds outside. So let's check this out on your precision cast. We're going to see that approaching cold front. It's going to bring us rain throughout the day, but behind it we have that high pressure system moving into the area. We'll have cooler conditions by the time we get to the end of our weekend. So we have that First Alert weather day in effect, drier weather for your weekend. Let's do a quick tropical update outside. Looking at the tropics, there's only an area of low pressure that's developing a little bit more cloudiness, some scattered showers, and has a very low chance of further formation within the next couple of days. You can always find additional updates by downloading your free First Alert weather app. Here's your game day forecast for tomorrow. We have a noon kickoff. We're going to be in the 50s, topping off in the 60s for tomorrow. For your boating forecast, a small craft advisory in effect for today. 2 to 3 feet for the ocean, 1 to 3 feet for the sounds, and a light chop for your lakes and rivers. Now check out these temperature highs. We're going to be lingering in the upper 60s, closer to the coast in the 70s, but this is going to be early in the day. We're going to hit our highs. After that cold front passes through, it's going to cool us down quickly. Then we'll have temperatures dropping into the 40s. Overnight tonight, it'll be crisp and cool. We do have some isolated storms still lingering throughout the region. And for your 7-day forecast, other than today being a wet weather day, we have a lot nicer, sunnier weather coming up after that. Dry conditions with a high pressure system that's going to settle in starting this weekend.
All right, stay with us and we'll be right back with some more news after this short break.
The 2020 election is right around the corner, and there are a lot of candidates that are fighting for your vote. Before you cast your ballot, WNCT 9 on your side on air, online, and the WNCT mobile app has all the latest on the local races and candidates. We're here to get you the information you need to make the most informed decision possible.
In Pitt County, in New Bern, in Washington, in Kinston.
Stay with WNCT 9 on your side, your local election headquarters.
Thanks so much for joining me. If you're just tuning in, I'm Emily Severidge, live in our digital studio, providing you some early afternoon updates. WNCT is bringing you live streamed updates every Monday through Friday at 1:30 p.m. and 4 o'clock p.m. to bring you the latest and up-to-date news before our nightly newscast. This is National Domestic Violence Awareness Month. 51 North Carolina women, men, and children have been killed in acts of domestic violence in 2020. The Onslow Women's Center hosted a vigil to remember those taken. 9 on Your Side's Caroline Boyer covered this event, and she has more with our team coverage.
The Onslow Women's Center is remembering the 51 women, men, and children who lost their lives to acts of domestic violence this year.
Love should never hurt.
For Jamie Forcier, the hurt is real and the domestic violence is personal.
I've been through domestic violence of my own. My husband was an active addict, and we went through quite a bit.
It's why she shared her story Thursday night at the Candlelight Vigil in Riverwalk Park.
People come up to me and say, this is going on in my life right now. How do I handle this? What do I do? What did you do to rebuild yourself? And, that right there, those kinds of questions are why I do what I do.
Forcier's message, a simple one for any and everyone. Love doesn't hurt.
No matter the cause of the domestic violence, whether it's addiction, family history of it, or mental illness or anything, love should never hurt.
As part of the vigil, Onslow Women's Center's Associate Director read all 51 names of the state's 2020 domestic violence victims, ringing a bell for each one.
Tenna Renee Edwards Glover, age 48, killed by a firearm.
It's important to remember that these are real people who had children, who had families, who had lives, and due to their relationships and the domestic violence in them, they were taken from us.
Melissa Rademicki wants everyone to be aware of this crime and to remember,
whatever you're going through doesn't define you now. So if there's anybody watching that needs help, we're here.
In Jacksonville, Caroline Boyer, 9 on your side.
Susan Thomas.
Another Confederate monument is being removed and stored elsewhere as the country still grapples with injustice. The latest monument to go stood in Lexington, Kentucky for over 115 years. On Wednesday, city leaders announced an agreement with the United Daughters of the Confederacy to remove the statue. Lexington's government will pay for the monument's removal and storage. Fayette County commissioners, where Lexington is located, say they had no idea this agreement was being made. They believe the statue should stay in place as a memorial to people who lost their lives in the Civil War. The United Daughters of the Confederacy technically own the statue, so the choice is up to that group. Well, that wraps up this WNCT Now digital news update. I'll be back again at 4 with another update for you. Thanks so much for watching.